Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays The Binding of Isaac this time. I'll go back to the title screen. You can see this is The Binding of Isaac, it's not The Binding of Northernlion, because, I don't know, something about that last game seemed a little bit suspect, if you ask me. I'm gonna random here. And we random Kane, which is the same person we random 2 videos ago, but that's fine by me. That was a fun run regardless. Yeah, something seemed a little fishy about that game. If you haven't watched it, I would encourage you to go back and watch it, because it is like, there is like an independent arbiter, not an independent arbiter, like a conspirator who is sabotaging the game and helping me out. On the final floor, this is just the tip of the iceberg, I got Mom's Knife plus Polyphemus out of the items in the chest, which is just already absurd, in terms of making a run much better, of course. And, you know, prior to that, you know, there was a blood bank situation where, you know, sometimes I would play the blood bank and it would literally give me 3 coins, one of which was a nickel consistently. That was pretty crazy. I had my heart stop just for a second there because I thought we got Mom's Knife really easily again. But unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess, depending on your perspective, it's merely sacrificial dagger. No big deal. Isn't mere one of those words that's a little weird to say? You know, if you're talking about something that you peer into in order to check how your hair is looking, I would call that a mirror. But mirror itself, it sounds like a word an alien would say, like mirror, or like Mitzelplick in the Super Friends cartoon 40 years ago. Anyway, long story short, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But anyway, we went back to the vanilla version of the game just to clear myself of all suspicion. Because, oh, okay, well, you know, fair trade, I guess. I'm not even going to pick up Cat of Nine Tails because it's so bad. This floor actually turned out pretty not great for us, but at least we did get Sacrificial Dagger. But, yes, pretty poor showing on that floor, but the last run was so good that I wanted to completely clear myself of suspicion by putting myself in a position where we were doing the vanilla version of the game. Plus, it's been a long, well, not vanilla because Wrath of the Lamb's here, but the Steam version of the game. It's been a long time since I played the Steam version of the game, so it's kind of nice to get back into. Weirdly enough, it seems to run a little smoother, but maybe that's just because I closed Skype down just before doing this. Who knows? Anyway, we're going to keep this going. I'm hoping that we'll be able to pick up some good items over the course of this run, which is pretty much just par for the course when you play The Binding of Isaac. But even if we don't, we'll try to make it work. Obviously, you can. This probably goes without saying at this point, but you know, we won that last run. Probably shouldn't surprise you given that I got Mom's Knife and Polyphemus on the final floor. In addition to that, I had the PhD, and that ended up hanging out with 2 full health pills, which is just silly. I don't want to take that yet. We'll wait on that, and by that I mean the Spirit Heart. Always better to leave that waiting just a little bit longer if it may, or because it may possibly pay out in a better situation. So I really want to use Sacrificial Dagger to do some extra damage here, but it's an extremely risky proposition, especially now that he's jumping. But he doesn't seem to do the big jump. It's possible we may be able to find a location this will work on. Oh, now that he's standing still, I'm a little bit perturbed. Oh, there we go. We touched him just a little bit with that knife there. That should be okay. And again, right there, that actually worked out really well for us. And we are now running through the motions of what I would consider among the worst items in the game that you could possibly get from boss rooms. Yeah, we'll absolutely take technology. I can't remember if technology's the bad one or if technology 2 is the bad one, but I like taking technology regardless. So let's take this pill. The pill is Tears Up, which should make technology fire a little faster. Now that we've done that, we do also have the opportunity to come into this boss trap room. So if this is an HP upgrade, which it's not, we would have gotten it basically for free. But again, it's not, so fuck me, basically. We're in a pretty bad position here. We really need to pick up some HP as soon as possible. Normally, you can count on 1 or more of the first 2 boss rooms giving you some HP, or coming across a blood bank, or, you know, the item room gives you some HP. Usually, you do not leave floors 1 and 2 with the starting amount of HP, and I guess we still haven't, but it's looking pretty likely. So, Technology 1, I don't know. Yeah, I've got memories, repressed memories, of having some bad times with Technology 1. Or Technology 2. Unfortunately, I can't remember which one actually gave me so much trouble, but hopefully we don't find ourselves dead here anytime soon. I'm a little concerned based on the fact that we're 1 hit away from death, but it's not necessarily incredibly abnormal to find yourself in that position when you are playing as Kane. So, picked up a little bit of extra HP in the form of that Spirit Heart, but otherwise we will just move our way through the world here and hopefully be able to... Oh my god, this is really frustrating. The Super Wrath could actually do a serious number on us. I should have the speed necessary to get away from those troll bombs, but you know, you gotta plan your route accordingly, and I appear to be doing next to no damage to him in the meantime. Oh, I am in a bad spot here. 1 more hit will kill me. Oh my god, we did manage to kill him. And we got Mr. Mega, which is 5 extra bombs. Otherwise, fairly functionally worthless, but, you know, well, not as valuable as health would be, let's put it that way. This is a really scary situation. I could easily be killed here. Oh, yep, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna restart. We'll restart as Kane. That was really poor play on my part. That doesn't happen all that often, but hey, sometimes, blessing in disguise, we ended up picking up Ipecac right off the bat. And Ipecac is one of those items that is incredibly scary to use, but also incredibly fun to use. So we're Seller Part 1. Let's hopefully create a situation where I'm able to make some good things happen. Because seriously, we have so much goddamn potential as a result of this item. We just need to not fuck it up, which is kind of unreasonable. It's fairly realistic that I will screw myself up using this item, but, you know, we would be very stupid if I didn't at least check for secret rooms more likely now, or more often now. It's a red chest which contains a couple of flies, well, a few flies. And we'll look for the normal secret room as well. I doubt it's here. I shouldn't doubt it's here, because there's not many other locations it could be in, I guess. We're still on the first floor. Okay, we'll continue moving onwards then. It's good news! Even though we lost the last run and I played poorly, there's the secret room. I ended up getting an item which I lamented a few videos ago. I was like, oh man, it sucks that every time we get Ipecac, we already have like Mom's Knife or Brimstone, so we can't really use it effectively. So in this case, we're actually going to be able to use Ipecac effectively, and I'm excited by the prospect, even though it could get us killed occasionally. What this does mean is we do have to be a little bit smarter. Oh my god, it killed him in one hit, and we got an HP upgrade. I'm a lucky man. We need to be a little bit more careful with the items that we end up choosing to go with. It's not a major concern, but it seems like the game's running really fast here. It's not a major concern, but we definitely want to make sure we don't pick up My Reflection, and we want to make sure we don't pick up $3 bill, because sometimes that can come with My Reflection. Oh, that was dumb. It can come with My Reflection, which would be silly for us to go with. So one key, that is going to be an item room, which gives us teleport, which is a little, you know, not great. Teleport does not give you the ability to go to the IMR room. Am I correct in assuming that? I think that is correct. People yelled at me for a while about that. We're Kane, so pills have to be at least not bad. That is Balls of Steel. And we got Brother Bobby just randomly from our... Oh my god, are you kidding me? Okay, so I'm not going to go with Fetus in a Jar, but I appreciate that it's showing up regardless. Ipecac is going to be more fun. Anyway, I got Brother Bobby for free, or at least, you know, for a trade-off that's not too bad, just some transient spirit hearts, and we'll continue moving on here. So, fair trade. If I end up losing, I will probably regret not taking Fetus in a Jar or Epic Fetus, whichever one of those it was. I never think about which one it actually is, because it completely does not matter to me whether it's Epic Fetus or Fetus in a Jar. What that item represents is basically like, oh, hey, here's a win. So... I, for the most part, it's not something I need to keep in my brain, the differences between them on and... Okay, of course we get Cat of Nine Tails again. So we have the Nail, and we have a Brimstone. I'm going to take neither of those, although taking the Nail seems like a cool prospect. The reason I'm not going to do it is because I think it'll be more fun if I just stick with the items that I've got in actuality. Now, why don't we look for the second secret room, because if I end up finding that, we could get an HP upgrade, and maybe I'll change my tune. The Nail, I thought about, but I'm not going to go with it. Basically, it's my train of thought. The HP is a little bit more important right now. It's not just me. Don't let me paint it. Oh, there we go. Don't let me paint it as exclusively me being like, oh, I'm such a good guy because I'm making it more interesting for you. It's also a little scary. I'm just going to play this until I get down to 10 cents. It's also a little scary. You know what? I should play it until I get down to 0 cents, because as a result of my items, it always pays out, right? Ooh, Flat Penny probably beats Judas Tongue. Ace of Spades is pretty good as well. Yeah, this seems like a smart idea. Since we are Judas, this always pays out. Anyway, not Judas, Kane. The other reason I didn't want to do it is because it would put us really low on HP, which would be a potentially pretty damaging situation. So I'm going to stick with Flat Penny. I actually am going to go with the, yeah, Flat Penny, and I'm going to go with the Crystal Ball as well. As fun as Teleport could be, I think that the Crystal Ball is going to be many times better, so we're going to go with that. And I'm not going to go to the library because I don't have a key. I guess we could have walked in here with Judas Tongue and then picked up a really cheap Nail or Brimstone or something like that, but I don't actually want to do that, so let's move onwards. This is going to be a unique run. Ipecac and the Crystal Ball. Now, just because it's unique doesn't mean this is necessarily going to be more of a challenge. As you can see, Ipecac does, you know, I would actually rather have the Flat Penny than Cancer at this point, and I say that because... because it's honest, really, because Ipecac usually only requires one shot to do all the damage that I needed to do anyway, so it's not like I get a huge bonus out of having a staggering increased rate of fire. So I think it's okay to go with Flat Penny here in this situation. It'll give us a lot more keys, and now if we get a Guppy's Tail or something like that, that would be awesome. And we picked up the 1-up in the secret room, which is something that I just kind of glossed over, but it is kind of indicative of the staggering luck that we've had so far. Finding Ipecac in and of itself is pretty damn good luck. We actually did get a key out of that, which is nice. We also got one of the best trinkets in the game in Flat Penny. We had our choice between that and some other pretty good trinkets as well. We have a very, I wouldn't say underrated, just like an underrepresented spacebar item that is very good, that doesn't show up all that often in Crystal Ball, which means that we don't have to worry so much about not having items like the compass if those don't show up, but with our luck, I would not be surprised if they did show up eventually. Basically, everything's coming at Millhouse right now. More HP would not necessarily be the worst thing in the world. We did run into Cat of Nine Tails, which sucks, but apart from that, life's good right now. And Gertie died very easily. Brother Bobby can take out these flies for me, but I could also do it myself. And we get meat, which is an awesome upgrade. And we haven't even been to any of the special rooms on this floor yet. And we have enough keys to go to all of them because I also have the Hermit card. And I don't have to worry about re-rolling, which is actually kind of a nice change of pace. I can just take the items at face value and be A-okay with it. So this boss room is already done. And this time we get to deal with the angel. So will my luck ever cease? I certainly hope not. Guardian Angel, pretty good. Why don't we Hermit card out of here? And, you know, this is not so good. The shop doesn't seem particularly strong here, but you can't always get what you want. 90% of the time, apparently on this run at least, that you can. Now I would actually like to get Sacrificial Dagger again, but I'm not sure if it's going to show up. And I picked up 2 HP upgrades, so, you know, as mentioned, HP would be nice. Well, we got it. We also picked up a really cheap orbital. So, sorry, a really free orbital. Dead Sea Scrolls is not my favorite item in the world, but sure, free Necronomicon usage. Not that strong, I guess. Unfortunately, there is a blood bank here. That's the fortunate part. There's an arcade, as you can see. But the unfortunate part is that there is no boss trap room, so I can't abuse that blood bank just to put myself in a position to get a free item. But we'll still do a lot of exploration here too. Largely, that was pretty bad dodging, but largely because I have not encountered an item room yet. Or I haven't encountered the second item room yet, anyway. So we have one more item room remaining. Yeah, this is pretty nasty. May have to use one of my bombs here. That's 2 Spirit Hearts down the drain, because I'm an idiot. Oh, this is pretty nice, though. So, you know, big waste of Spirit Hearts, but now Brother Bobby can just, yeah, start the kind of chain for me, and we'll figure this out. So, I'm excited to see who this mini-boss is. We didn't get the nail, right? So the nail would actually allow us to regenerate our Spirit Hearts, obviously. That's what it does. We could really use, like, a Demon Baby or something like that. I'm using Spirit Hearts like crazy, but the Crystal Ball will allow us to replenish our Spirit Hearts by way of the consumable that it often gives us. Okay, I'm taking a stupid amount of damage here. So, what's good about this? We just picked up an HP upgrade from a mob trap room, which is like a 1 in 25 type odd situation. That's really lucky. I'm a very lucky man that just happened to me. And we also got a Temperance card. And that's amazing, because via that Temperance card... Ooh, can I get them down to the bottom here? Via that Temperance card, I am going to be able to play 2 blood banks for the price of 1, basically. So I can increase my chances of A, getting enough money to buy things from the shop, and B, getting the blood bag, which would be an awesome HP plus speed upgrade. So as of right now, things looking pretty nice after that early, like, Cellar Part 2 failure. I'm feeling pretty good about the situation. Goat Hoof is fine, but Flat Penny is better. Every time... Ooh, okay, so we have Ultra Pride. This is, like, my least favorite fight in the entire game, because it's difficult. It's annoying. A lot of the damage is... It's not necessarily unavoidable, but difficult to avoid by way of homing shots and the, like, super quick creep that he shoots out. And it gives you the left hand, which I don't consider to be a very good trinket. Okay, well, now we have unlimited keys, so I can at least go back to the shop if I'm so inclined, but I'm not really, because they just have the ladder for sale, and I would rather save our money for other things. So I need to, like, pop this guy open and then run around to the other side of the map to be able to kill him, which is frustrating. I may be able to get a Spirit Heart here, if I land this shot accordingly. Oh, okay, well, fair trade, I guess. Spirit Heart for Spirit Heart, and I look like an idiot, so at least we got some value out of it there. Still a lot of ground left to cover here. I feel okay with it, though, because it's been a fun run so far. Anytime you get the opportunity to take Ipecac, it's always fun, and always a little bit scary as well. Because I am finding myself in these positions. Obviously, Ipecac is working out very well for us. It's been very strong. But enemies like Eyeless Ooze guys, or even these flies, which, again, sounds like a great rap troupe name, unfortunately, still very difficult to deal with. So let's see what we got going on in our room down here. Mom's bra. That's another item we can't really use too effectively right now, but that's fine. We're gonna make a beeline for our arcade here, which is a sentence that is more difficult to say than you would initially anticipate. Sadly, we didn't get a key out of our flat penny payout there, but that's fine. Now, flat penny payout, I know what you're expecting. That's the name of my rap troupe. No, that sounds more like a sale at a J.C. Penney or something like that. I don't know. Think about it. 2 keys? Nope, only 1 key. We still have temperance, though. And we also got the blue pill, which if we take that, gives us a little bit of a speed upgrade, which is maybe overkill at this point, especially because we might be getting 2 more speed upgrades here. You might be saying that I'm being a little bit cocky by suggesting that that's a possibility, but it's probably like a 25% possibility, which apparently is the possibility of everything in the Binding of Isaac today. Yeah, right, you know, roughly HP upgrade in the mob trap room, roughly 25%. 2 consecutive blood banks paying out with blood bags, probably about 25%. Beating mom, probably about 25% at this point. Beating the whole game, yeah, 25% seems legitimate. All right, temperance card, double blood banks. If I can just ensure that I play these exactly at the same time, we'll be able to get twice as much money, twice as much potential to get blood bags, and beyond that, a fuck ton of keys. Let's be honest here. That's kind of like the secondary objective that I've got going on here, is that every single one of these pennies represents a non-zero chance to get a key back as well. So, sadly, we were not necessarily able to get what I wanted to get there. Oh my god. So now we're up to 16 keys already. Why is it a good idea to do this? Because if I I can't get that, unfortunately. Let's explore the rest of the floor, because I could use more red hearts to get more key opportunities here. If I end up leaving this floor with like 25 keys, I can get rid of flat penny and feel pretty good about it. I can just, you know, ooh, that's not good. I can just roll with another trinket instead, because flat penny would basically be past its best before date. It's very unlikely that we're going to end up needing any more than 25 keys at this point in the game. It's pretty unlikely that we're going to need 17, but, you know, better safe than sorry, right? So let's drop this in there, and we'll get a bridge that we can use. Come on, Guardian Angel. Come on, Guardian. Yeah. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, well, that kind of sucks. Luckily, I have the 1-up in case things go, like, seriously tits up here. But for now, so far so good. There we go. Guardian Angel came through in the clutch that time. That was a direct hit, and that was almost something that got me killed. So this is why I'm going to be willing to go pretty low on health here, is because, well, I mean, there is more health remaining on the level. It's a little bit difficult to get. I suppose I can get the ladder, and then it would basically pay for itself. But I also think there's a very real chance that these pay out. Any second now would be awesome. No? Okay. Well, we are going to be rolling in keys. We're back up to 20 now. Ooh, that'll be 23. And every time we play these guys, we are going to get... it's guaranteed to pay out, is it not? Or maybe only fortune tellers are guaranteed to... maybe not. Okay, we got some more money, more keys. Yeah, there we go. And we got 2 more hearts, so let's continue doing this. We might spend a little bit more time in here than some people might be interested in, but it's for a good cause, you know? If these things eventually pay out, obviously we're going to be in a very good position. And the key situation is just mental right now. Ooh, don't do what I did. I forgot that we don't have tears, so it's a little bit... We've got to be a little bit more cautious when we shoot the flies. Luckily, we shouldn't see too many more of them. And I do still have, you know, 2 more plays here for sure. We don't get flies from the slot machine, I think, so I got another 2 on these guys. Ooh. Oh, I fucked that one up. I got a little bit out of sync. It's okay, though. We are up to 33 keys with a golden key on this level, which is just the funny part, because obviously that's just fucking overkill at this point. All right, we're down to 1/2 red heart, which we can't really use. We're actually gaining substantially more money than we're losing over the course of this whole operation as well. We got another range upgrade. Actually, that's our first range upgrade, I think. And why don't we shoot this poop down here, just in case? Nothing of interest. We really only need 1 blood bag, and then we'd be, you know, back in the saddle, and we'd be, well, a little bit faster, probably a little bit too fast, quite frankly, but also we'd be in a situation where I would have more hearts to play the other one with, or I could just leave this floor and feel relatively confident that I wasn't just going to throw my 1-up down the drain. We are at 94 cents. It would probably be pretty stupid if I didn't just buy the items from the shop at this point, but I really just kind of want these to pay out and avoid backtracking as much as possible. Why do fortune tellers always pay out? It sounds like I'm starting the worst joke of all time in, you know, Romana Europe or something. Okay, more money, which is like literally the thing I need least, and then it gives me keys, which is the thing I need second least right now. Sure, another nickel, fantastic. So we can continue this song and dance for 100 years. Why not? Another pill, and that pill is question mark. Health up. That's pretty nice, actually. Okay, we'll take this, and, you know, we could not continue to gamble here and continue to live our lives like productive members of society, but I'm kind of digging this absurdity, in all honesty. I don't see any reason for me to get to 99 keys, even though the reason would be insanity. But let's, we should probably leave this floor at some point. I'm spending a lot of time accomplishing very little. That's okay. You know, greater men have done worse things than what I'm doing right here. Let's see if we get some heart payouts here. I don't know if like these blood banks are just never gonna pay out with the blood bags. Maybe I'm barking up the wrong tree. This is balls of steel, so, you know, we could start trading spirit hearts here in this crazy mixed-up world. I don't necessarily think that's the right idea. We still don't need flat penny. At this point, with 43 keys, it's just ridiculous. It's weird to me that I didn't gamble for so long, because, seriously... Well, first off, let's see what we got in here. But seriously, like, the gambling houses and the casinos are, like, the linchpin of any scummy run. So we're going to have several more plays. I also picked up the ladder, which is going to allow me to get basically back to nearly full health. Let's go finish this song and dance because, you know, I'm certainly not... It's not like I'm in a one position right now and I'm just doing this to be an asshole. We're in a position where things could go wrong, so it's nice to be insulated from that as much as you possibly can. So... we'll pick up some remaining health here and go back to our arcade. And for those of you who are always asking, you know, why don't you scum the game a little bit more than you're usually comfortable with, this run's for you, I guess. We're probably going to get very nearly back to 99 cents. Did I accidentally check the option that makes it impossible for these things to pay out? Okay, so here comes the serious, like, torrent of keys, which is going to be extraordinary. We're up to 55 of them. I'm gonna start trading spirit hearts because I really want to get this blood bag. For half of a spirit heart, or sorry, for one full spirit heart, we're getting like a staggering number of keys in return. You know what? I can't justify playing this anymore. As much as I would love to, we're at 99 cents, 59 keys. Let's blow this popsicle stand. Get the fuck out of here. You know what? I'll play this guy one more time. I'm just feeling a little... I felt a little... He can't be killed? There we go. I felt a little glimmer of hope, but unfortunately that was just the game teasing me one last time. So, I guess we will take the cancer floor, or the cancer trinket off of this floor. I don't think it's particularly useful, but it's substantially more useful than flat penny in this situation. The only reason flat penny would ever be useful again is if I got bombs or key, but even then we'd still have 13 keys, which is far above the average that one would have at this point. So, unfortunately, I really can't believe we didn't get the blood bag. That's what I get for suggesting it was a 25% chance, I guess. It ended up being beyond zero. Well, it obviously just actually zero, but I'm saying that for dramatic effect, you know, amateur mathematicians out there. But so be it. It's still a pretty good floor for us. Obviously, we picked up more keys than we could ever need, which is both nice and irrelevant, I guess. Could you... I really need Demon Baby and, like, the ability to fly. What do we got here? Pretty fly. Okay, well, that's really nice. That's not really what I asked for, but it kind of sounds similar, so I can see where you got that idea from, Troll Engine. This should be easy. We have a curse room, which we will definitely go to. A boss room, which we will definitely go to. We can't avoid that unless we die. And an item room and shop that we will definitely go to as well. And I fully expect... Oh, my God, get out of this hellhole. I fully expect to be fighting greed in the shop, and that's fine, but it would be nice to pick up anything that makes our crystal ball fire a little bit more frequently. Either way, though, first things first, we'll handle this boss room, because this is potentially the most valuable room here. We also found some tinted rock down here, which is not slang for drugs. In this case, it's just slang for, hey, here's another key we couldn't possibly need less. And balls of steel, which has shown up with some alarming frequency and has been very good for us so far. What a weird run. Okay, so we're going to be fighting Gish, and this is acceptable. Gish is valuable for a couple of reasons. The obvious reason, in that it gives me a reliable way to slow enemies, which works extremely well on late-game bosses, but in addition to this, it also just gives me one more shot in addition to Brother Bobby, so every time I shoot, Brother Bobby and Little Gish will shoot, which just gives me a little bit more damage for taking out things like, you know, those asshole flies who have actually been a real problem for me so far. So we're earning these deals with the devil because we skipped that earlier deal with the devil, and now we have the ability to fly, and it's Dead Dove, and it's Spectral Tears, so that is obviously an extraordinarily good pickup. I'm extremely pleased with that. In addition to that, we also picked up Little Gish. I talked probably ad nauseum about how important that item could be for reasons that are a little bit non-traditional. Usually you don't look to Gish as a damage item. It's like it's a tier effect that you don't have 100% control over, really. So in this case, the damage is actually valuable in and of itself, which doesn't happen all the time. We'll pick up our bombs just in case we get a Renegade Bombs or Key Pill. We'll go to the Curse Room, and inside of this we find spiders, which sucks pretty hard. But then we'll just leave, and we'll, you know, half a Spirit Heart. Big whoop. So, again, we continue to have pretty extraordinary luck. Can't really rely on what's happening to me happening to you all the time. The Stars card, if I remember correctly, will serve as a ticket to the item room, so I may as well just save it for the next floor just to save myself some time. Like, it's not like we need to save the key, but, you know, I guess it's good to practice saving those items in general, because consumables are not always easy to come by, although for the past couple of runs they have been. But still, it's not really as valuable of a tarot card as we could hope for. But, you know, there's plenty more where that came from as a result of us having Crystal Ball. Might as well clear out every single room. You never know if the second secret room is going to be over here. Maybe I'll find it accidentally. Not there, though. 64 keys is just out of control at this point. And a little bit of red health, which I actually needed there. Not accustomed to saying that on a run that is starting out this powerful, but important to note nonetheless. I can't tell what color that nub is, but that's fine. If this is a Two of Hearts card, we'll probably pop it and then take our existing card with us. And it was a Two of Hearts card. Again, lending some suspicion to the idea that I've got like a cheat engine running clandestinely in the background, but I assure you that is not the case. Alright, 2 zombies dead. Maybe we can better that here. Nope, okay. Well, I thought maybe we could set a new record, but 2 is apparently the best we can do in terms of zombie killing. 2 of Hearts? Yeah, okay, I told you to fight greed here. Is 2 of Hearts better than the Stars card? Yes, because if we come across a blood bank, we can do some fun stuff with this. So, might as well continue looking for second secret rooms on the way back to the boss room, but otherwise I'm not too concerned about it. So, let's just keep this show on the road, because really, there's not a whole lot that could get me down at this point, so why don't we just keep moving this way? Another Eternal Heart wouldn't be the end of the world, but, you know, it's also not the difference between life and death. So, we'll check quickly, but otherwise not wholly necessary to enjoy myself here. Good. Okay. Next floor. So that was the depths part 1. It's weird because, like, it's been a long run. It's been a much longer run than it needed to be, given the, like, stupid amount of power I have right now. So, and that's fine, you know. It's because we spent so much time in that arcade a little while ago. That shot was very lucky, actually. Don't let me pretend like that was on purpose. Stigmata, great item, extra damage, extra health. Yeah, don't let me pretend like that was like... Wait, what was I... Okay, ignore that train of thought. That one is meaningless. What I was going to say is that, you know, we spent a lot of time on that arcade back there, and that's fine because it added a little bit of flavor to the run, but at this point we could probably just start moving pretty quickly. If we get the matchstick or, you know, burnt penny, in addition to the flat penny shenanigans we had earlier, we could theoretically get to 99, 99, 99 without getting the dollar, pyro, or skeleton key. That's obviously 99 keys, 99 bombs, and 99 cents. I think it's a theoretical possibility. It would be funny to do that, but without burnt penny, I don't think it's likely. Matchstick just doesn't pay out at a rate that is high enough for that to happen, in all likelihood anyway. Okay, so we could sit here and basically play this fortune teller until the cows came home because it always pays out, but we're not going to do that. Unless we get burnt penny. So I'm going to play until I get down to 90 cents. Mom's Pearl, also very useful. Probably more useful than Cancer, actually. Alright, well, we don't have any other options here. We're only going to be able to use this for 1 floor, but unless we get Mom's Purse, which is a theoretical possibility. The item I want most from the shop is probably the 9-volt or the battery at this point. I would normally say nuns have it, but... Ooh, that was scary. I would normally say nuns have it, but I don't expect to get hit all that much, even though that makes me sound like I'm being a little bit overconfident, perhaps. It's the truth, though. Anything that allows us to use our crystal ball more often would be nice, though, because it basically functions as kind of a book of sin that is extremely likely to pay out with items that I enjoy, like Spirit Hearts and etc. But it would also be okay to get the compass, even though the crystal ball functions as a compass to some extent anyway. We should definitely make our way to the shop. Don't get the tick. That is the only thing that can really F me up royally right now. And again, we could go to that arcade, and, you know, we will go to that arcade, because it should be easy enough for me to at least give it the old college try again in order to get the blood bag. But I'm a little skeptical, which I think is reasonable given the circumstances we ran into last time. Drop this one in here, and our curse room contains Guppy's head, which is pretty bad for me right now, but yeah, at least we're 1/3 of the way to becoming Guppy, and it only cost me more than it should have, but still. So that spider's an easy one, that spider's also an easy one, and the all-important shop actually gives us the compass, which is fine, and the tarot card, which is the strength card, which I'm just going to use and take the Two of Hearts card with me. I know the strength card was not valuable for me to use like that. Not too concerned about it, though, as you can probably guess. So, I would basically, at this point, I realize there is a mob trap room over on the right side. I don't think it's necessary at all to go to. I'm just going to drop these in here, and it should be a relatively easy path to this arcade. If the arcade doesn't work out for me, I'll pop the Two of Hearts card, maybe play it a little bit more, but probably leave pretty soon after. I definitely do not want to spend as much time as I did earlier just trying to make this work, because, you know, the HP and speed upgrade at this point is not that essential, given the damage that we do and the fact that we can fly and etc, etc. But we got it. So I guess it's, you know, having health and everything, not having it is. The game knew we were in a situation where we didn't need the health, so it decided to give it to us. In any case, compass is nice, ish. At least before we get the opportunity to use the crystal ball, it allows us to move in the general direction of the boss fight, which I guess is valuable enough in its own right. You know, you got to be a little bit tricky with your Ipecac shots on the mom boss fight. You got to plan your shots for when it's actually possible for you to do some damage here. That wasn't a bad example. That was an example of what not to do. Ooh, careful. So, maybe 4 more hits will be enough. 5 or 4. We'll see. That's not normally the order those numbers go in. That's fine. Ooh. That was damage that I gave myself, which sucks, but we're done with it anyway. The coin purse, really good, because we are playing as Kane, so let's see what we've got here. This is bad gas. That's the worst of the bunch. It's gotta be. Balls of Steel is fine. Speed up I'm not gonna take because we're already too fast. Health up is awesome. And we take this with us, and we take the Two of Hearts with us, because this could end up being very important. But what we don't do is use the crystal ball right away, because if we save it for this floor, it changes nothing, and gives us that spirit heart, which, you know, it doesn't matter too much relative to when we used it. But now we know exactly where to go in order to get to the boss right away. So the compass would have given us an idea. Okay, that was a mistake on my part. I didn't finish off the room, but on the bright side, you know, we did get that eternal heart ready to go. I just walked through the door by accident. It's the second time that's happened in as many videos, which it's a kind of a rarity. Alright, now I found the secret room. I guess I'd already found it, but I've discovered it again. Could blow up the slot machine. Let's be honest, who cares? What do we have in here? Another half red heart. Maybe at some point that'll be useful, but I doubt it will be on this floor. And with this guy dead, we'll pick up our 63rd key. Probably, I guess that means we pick up our 63rd key again, because I'm pretty confident that it's the second time we crossed over that threshold. Not that it has any significance associated with it inherently. And we'll drop this in here, and we should be ready to fight our boss. It's a second pretty fly, which is awesome. Now we have a full suite of orbitals. And let's just try not to get hit twice here, so I can actually keep this eternal heart, even though it's extraordinarily unlikely to make a big difference in the whole scheme of things. I'm feeling really good about the way that this run is going so far, and I think deservedly so. So, no deal with the angel, which sucks. A tears upgrade, which is fine. Down to the next floor, and it'll be 2 rooms until the crystal ball is ready, but we can at least move in the general direction. And, you know, we could get up to some funky stuff here with the blood bank, as well as the boss trap room. But again, that's something that I would consider kind of a luxury at this point. It's not necessary. And that's why I'm not necessarily going to do it. That room took longer than expected. You do have to adjust your playing style a little bit when you're using Ipecac. That much should be apparent. It shows up so infrequently that I guess I feel the need to lampshade it a little bit more than I do with some other items. So I apologize if you're like, yeah, I know, I've used Ipecac 100 times. Okay, so here's the moment of truth. This is the wrong way, as expected. We might as well go into our... That's exactly why I did it. we might as well go into our curse room just in case we get a guppy item, and the chance to become guppy is, of course, something that's pretty nice because our flies at this point would do a crazy amount of damage, even though we already have the ability to fly. The ability to generate flies that do a ton of damage would just be fun to see. We're already in a winning position, I think, and this is a run where I consider it pretty unlikely that we have a chance at failure, but so far so good, and the more you get, you know, that's how you stay strong, I guess. Now, we got kind of lucky that shot actually hit. The number of keys I've gotten is crazy. If only I'd gotten Guppy's tail a little bit earlier, maybe we'd have enough golden chests to create something truly frightening, but still, hard for me to complain about the way things are going right now. Especially, you know, let's talk about all the positive things that have happened on this run. Really great items, including Ipecac straight off the bat. HP upgrades in the form of a pill many times. I've been at 99 cents since, like, the 3rd floor. There's just too many things to count, really. Crystal Ball paying out basically on the 1st floor again, 2nd floor somewhere in the early game, at the very least. There's nothing to complain about. We've got a ton of everything that we need. Our damage woes were sorted out for us instantly when we picked up Ipecac. So I'm just going around in a circle here, hoping that Guardian Angel and my defending flies will eventually get the job done. And now it's just gonna have some fun here. Ipecac should tear up every enemy that has spawned. Maybe not instantly, but really quick. As you can see, I think Gish might have gotten the kill there. And we're gonna be able to finish this one off really fucking easily in mere moments. Mom will be dead. And that's a little scary. That one almost came in there. And again, what do? We don't use our crystal ball right away. We go up to the cathedral first, and then we use the crystal ball, and you can see that we're only a few rooms away. And we got the 2 of spades, which is great because 63 keys is not enough. 99 is where it's at. So I'm gonna break my normal protocol here, and I will go to that curse room that's adjacent to the boss room, and the reason for that should be apparent. If there are Guppy items in there, I will become Guppy. And becoming Guppy, again, this is not just like, oh, that would be fun and entertaining. It's also like, that would make it a little bit more hilarious, I'll admit, but it would also open up some really high damage opportunities for us. So if we wanted to kill, you know, Blue Baby as fast as possible, this would be the way to do it. So we're gonna, might as well blow up the slot machine. I don't think it can actually pay out with too much, but yeah, okay, there's plenty of money and keys that are absolutely redundant at this point. Should probably try to get into a position where I can actually hit some of these enemies, huh? Like, range is just a little bit too close to hit Loki 1, and Loki 2 is just a little bit too far away. But still, you know, 2 or 3 hits is enough to get the job done, so there's Loki 1 done, and in mere seconds, Loki 2 will be dead. Now, what is our pill? Range upgrade? It doesn't matter to me. You know what? I'm content with our existing range. You might be saying, why not at least pick it up? Well, I'm concerned that it's going to make Ipecac shoot so far that I won't be able to hit anything. It's already kind of a concern of mine. So if I could just alleviate that by keeping Ipecac as is, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, then I think that would maybe be for the best. That was a really good shot. And in here, spiders. Merely spiders. Apparently, mere is the word of the day here, but this is fine. Blue Baby, or Isaac, sorry, has borderline no chance here. I have a full suite of orbitals, do a ton of damage, and have a 2 of hearts card. So I'm pretty sure that we're going to be moving on to the cathedral momentarily, and are very unlikely to encounter much resistance along the way. This is clearly going extraordinarily well. We have easily enough keys to open up the chest, or the golden chests on the chest, I should say. I don't even have to dodge, and there's already such a low chance that I'll actually take damage. That's only the 2nd time that we got hit, and I didn't move, like, at all. Should have taken that red heart. No big deal, though. So it's technology 2. I'm just looking at all these items, trying to figure out what I want. Obviously, we take Abel. Obviously, we take Sack of Pennies. I know I said if it ain't broke, don't fix it, but I really want to pick up technology 2 and see how this works with Ipecac here. I have no idea. This may have just ruined it. It may make it borderline impossible for me to succeed now. But it's going to be a fun time regardless. You know, it's doing a pretty decent amount of damage. People always tell me, again, I think we started the episode by talking about this, but is technology 2 the item you never take because it always ruins your run, or is technology 1 the item you never take because it always ruins your run? Either way, I'm having fun with this one regardless, and I still think we've got a very good chance of success. So this turns out to have been the wrong way. We will use our death card for once here. Okay, so we're fighting a second bloat here, which kind of sucks, actually, because that's basically guaranteed damage. With the 2 of Hearts card, assuming I can carry that 2 of Hearts card into the boss fight, I feel pretty confident about the things that will we'll have at our disposal and the power that we'll have as a result. Can I bomb my way into the secret room and bomb my way out of the secret room? I think so. One thing I might want to do just to get some health back first is take the game kit and we'll walk into this room. And this is like the worst room to be using the game kit on, but sure, we'll use it. We won't get very much health back out of this. But we get a little bit at least. Yeah, we picked up like half of a heart, and then we picked up a full heart, I think, and then just immediately lost it anyway. And with a little bit of extra on top. Okay, fantastic. And we get little chat again. All right, beautiful. I can't wait for that to be borderline useless. So, I do think we're still in a pretty good position. I should double our HP, though. I don't think it gets any easier from this point, so we might as well. Our secret room contains greed, which was not an unexpected revelation. Can we bomb our way down here? No? Okay, so we're taking the long way, I guess. It's going to be another, like 5 rooms instead of 3 rooms. Oh, no, I'm trapped in the hell here. We may actually end up losing this, and I wouldn't necessarily say it's Technology 2's fault. I think we're still doing roughly a similar amount of damage. Actually, that SMB Superfan is awesome. I think we're doing an adequate amount of damage to succeed at this point in the game for sure. But it might have fucked it up just a little bit. Also, me taking damage just a little bit too much. So this is not as one of a run as I thought it would be right off the bat, but still looking... I'm not trying to be a harbinger for no reason here. I still think... you know, we've got a very strong kind of setup here, but it's just a little bit weaker than I had initially anticipated. Oh, good. Yes, the poop. That'll be just in time. Actually, we might as well use the poop for the boss fight because Crystal Ball's not going to be charged, so... Ooh, I can't believe I got hit by that. Who am I kidding? I can totally believe I got hit by that. But we're going to finish Famine off very easily here. No health bar for him, I guess. He's just chopped liver. You know, that's still a very decent amount of damage by way of Technology 2 here. So we do have 2 lives and a full suite of orbitals, which we're going to need here because there's just going to be bullets coming in constantly. So the more value we can get here out of our defenders, the better. You're just like weathering the storm here as this goes on. This is absolutely goddamn insane. Thank you very much to Guardian Angel and the Orbitals for helping me out and for giving me a name for my middle school talent show band. So, we're going to win this easily. Much more easily than I had originally anticipated, and turns out we are absolutely fine. So even kind of a dubious item choice at the end, can't really rain on my parade too much. I'm getting a little nervous here as we run out of health, but good to go. We even got a Spirit Heart at the end just to make it a little easier. Let's kick some bombs in here, and then I imagine this will probably do it. So, a little bit of a scary run at the end, but up to that point, pretty goddamn easy. Our Crystal Ball, thank you very much. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the run as much as I did. If you did, make sure to show your support in the form of a like on the video, and of course, subscribe if you want to see more Daily Isaac on the channel. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.